But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would have arrived.
Shit.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer, sir. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
When you left your office, you need to get through the window on the left. Can't get back there now. Okay, so I restart from here. Through the window, first on chair, then table.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What? Okay, here we go. Dang it!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map.
Hello,
until
godly
he heard this
Eisen.
narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Thank you for the
Clearly,
follow.
this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is
I
rich.
spent quite a
Perhaps
while
you just
already.
played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yeah, I still need to do unplugged again.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Hey.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map. Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be
This
told,
one's pretty
he
good.
was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why
You
he
reminded me of Tim Curry there.
And lives
Thank you for the 1,000-bit cheer,
And if you are
Cosmic
not strong
Louis.
and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
No, it's so
Wait,
close.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder
Yeah,
now,
I'm really
he would
enjoying it
surely
too.
catch them. It was only a matter of time. Here's the door. Just go.
Hey! All the doors are open? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Oh? This looks ominous. Allons-y! Wait, I want a blue door. Where's my blue door? Shit, this is what's behind the... What? The fuck? How many more? Holy shit, there's so many floors. Holy shit, there's so many Stanleys. What the fuck? 758. 759. Holy shit, there's so many floors. Escape pod launch bay. It's 760. This is super cool. What? Oh! Gotta turn them all off. Gotta push all the buttons. Shit! Dang it! Dang it! This is my favorite ending. Such an idiot. I had pressed all those buttons before, and I kept track of how far they had gone, and they hadn't like unpressed yet. So I was like, oh cool, I'll just keep doing this until I finish this row, and then I'll move to the bottom two, and I'll just try from there. And then I just turned back around and like the exact same length of where I had checked before. They were just unpressing. Oh, that's so good. Now we do the cheat endings, right? All right.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
All right, what happens at 417? Oh.
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all
skyline.
just a never-ending
it
parade of joy for Stanley.
All right, that was it. Cool.
Ah, no, apparently not. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Didn't I finish broom closet? Just had a glimpse of the broom closet. So how do I activate console commands? Oh, through Steam. Gotcha. I need to restart the game now, right? Oh, there we go. There's console command.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Time to cheat. _1. There we go.
Stanley, this is me being serious. In fact, this is my serious room.
It's where I come to be serious.
That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked at many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious.
Oh dear.
I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the
Dang it.
which is why I brought you here. You just tried to activate server cheats. No respect for the strict order of scripted narrative
I'm sorry,
events,
I didn't see that
and
follow.
I just can't
But thank you
have
for the
that.
follow.
It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps
It's a
after
very
that,
serious
we can
punishment.
talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
Oh, I have to do it again. Like actually again.
Whoa! Did we not have the talk? Are we not in the serious room this very moment? Did I not tell you how many tables I looked through? I'm going to be conservative and say it was somewhere in the tens of thousands of tables. Any reasonable person would say I spent an absurd amount of time doing nothing but looking at tables, and I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. I kept the notes in a different room. That room is less serious than this one. It's more of a notes room. Again, the point of this story is to convey how serious I feel this cheating issue is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you've fulfilled your new punishment. Infinity years in the serious room.
Then I'll never know.
Generally have trouble reading human emotions, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're devastated by this crippling new punishment. As well you should be. It's the most serious I could think of. Can you get more serious than that? No, you can't. Don't try. Still no effect. The problem is clearly the serious room. It isn't serious enough. That's on me, Stanley. I apologize. I'm going to the store to look through more tables. Hopefully I find one that conveys how wrong what you're doing is. Now, where did I put those notes?
This is more preferable. Yay. I'm not alone! Wait, can I? Yes! I have more companions! Yes! Put you in companion stacking. I have one of these somewhere. Where is it? Aha! It's in here! Yes! It's 3D printed. If I was playing this solo, I would probably fill this room with companion cubes. It's so heavy. Can't scoot it. Okay, now... like that. Aha! Yes. What? So, I guess try to get to the demo? Now, when I click on the Stanley Parable demo, like Steam page, it just takes me to the Stanley Parable store page. And it says it's already in my cart and everything. Oh, Loki, you got me the Amnesia Collection? Holy shit! I will have to play those. I know Aaron went through them, and he enjoyed the experience. Right now, I am going to grab a quick sandwich to eat. So I am going to leave you guys with some more cool music, maybe, and the other screen. So, bye!